Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another show by Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. Today is the 30th of January, and we are going to have a look at today's crypto news. We have a reasonably diverse show today. We're going to go through some X-Files, $43,000 Bitcoin. We got there. Are we going to see $44,000 today? Who knows? We're then going to look at whether it is time for the rally to really begin. We had the false dawn with the ETF. Are we now going to see the rally now that Grayscale has sold off? We're going to talk about the Ethereum ETF. I have been saying on here for at least 2 weeks that the Ethereum ETF is not going to happen anytime soon. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through Sui, Chop Sui. We're going to take a look at the website. I covered Sui, try to think of how long ago now, 7 or 8 months ago. I made a video about Sui. It was actually one of our big videos at the time that we made about Sui. We're going to go over that, why the price is pumped and what that means for their ecosystem. We're then going to take a look at when, the when token, the claim of when finished yesterday. The outstanding supply that wasn't claimed has been burnt. Where next for when is it going to moon? And then we're going to finish with a quiz in about 45 minutes time. But before we get anywhere, please can I ask you to like and subscribe and hit whatever buttons you've got in front of you. It helps us grow the channel. We just passed 90,000 followers yesterday. We're at 90,500 or so today. We are closing in on 100,000 followers. So please smash the like button and give us a follow. Good morning to Mags. Good morning to Hidden Agendas. Good morning to Kishan. I hope you are all doing well this fine morning. It's nice to see some regulars in chat. And remember, wherever you are, this is a two-way stream. It's not pre-recorded. This is not a video on YouTube. This is me live. It's 11:02. So wherever you are, say hello, and hopefully I will catch your comment in chat. Let's get on with the show. So the market's 43,300. Bitcoin is doing reasonably well. The total market cap is up. We're going to be at 2 trillion before anybody notices. And then the question really is going to be, are we going to hit 6 trillion, 8 trillion, 10 trillion? Where is the end point for this bull run? Are we going to 4x? Are we going to 3x? Are we going to 5x? Who knows? Some people say 9 trillion, others say 10. We don't really know, but I think it's going to be a multiple of where we are today. Of course, volume is going to be up. Today's Tuesday. Bitcoin dominance is doing reasonably well. Ethereum dominance is lagging behind as always. And as you can see, Bitcoin is up nearly 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is also up. Now let's see what has gained in the last 24 hours. Pendle, C, Sui, Nina, Blur. It's a green day. It is a green day. Now, I know we talk about not chasing pumps on this channel, and we try not to do that. But when we have green days like today and yesterday, it's difficult to not pick a coin that's done well. So the reason I've picked Sui today is because I know a bit about the chain, I know a bit about the team behind them, and I have my massive reservation about all new chains that we're going to go through. But that's 12% up, but 108% up in the last 30 days. I mean, that's a reasonable return. Losers, not many losers. Manta, IOTA, Conflux, Lido. I mean, not really. It's one of those days, isn't it, where we have gained more than we've lost. And they're the kind of days we like. We do not like too many red days. We've had red days all last summer. All last summer, we had really low dips, and it wasn't very nice. So let's enjoy the green days when they come upon us. So first of all, the X-Files. A few tweets that I came across last night that I thought were worthy of mentioning. Now, we spoke yesterday about Google allowing the Bitcoin ETF products to be advertised on Google. That went live yesterday. I said yesterday that that's going to take weeks to actually kick in. This is the next war This is the next Bitcoin ETF war, and that is to do with the fees being charged by these ETF providers. Invesco know that if they come to the market and offer 6 months for free, 0.25% thereafter, once you go to Invesco at 0.25%, are you really going to switch out for 0.22%, 0.2%? You're not. So they know that by giving these offers at the beginning and creating this kind of loss at the start, that they're going to keep you for the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years. So they don't care about giving you 6 months for free when they know they're going to have 9.5 years worth of fees out of you. So this is the next war, and that's the ETF fees war. You're going to get somebody like BlackRock at some point in the future offering 0.1%, and then somebody's going to come out and offer 0.05%, and it's just going to happen. This misalignment between Grayscale and the rest of the 9, that was caused by Grayscale being too cocky. I don't know if you remember, there was an Xbox product director, and he said, we're not going to do this, we're Microsoft, we're going to rule the world. And that arrogance cost Microsoft and Xbox its position, and everybody went, all the gamers went to PlayStation. And the Grayscale arrogance that, yeah, people aren't going to move, people are going to stay. They're 1% more. They're a whole percentage point more, 100 pips more than anybody else. So of course you're going to do that. Over a period of 10 years, that's compounded about 15% profits gone to Grayscale. So of course this was going to happen. Had Grayscale come out and said, we're slashing all of our fees to 0.5%, we wouldn't have had this dip, in my opinion. So that's the first one. I don't know if the second one is to do with Bitcoin as well, I think, and then the third one isn't. So Alexandro, I'm not even going to try and murder his name, Ottaviani. Grayscale dumped 5 billion at Bitcoin in 11 days. Bitcoin price is still above 43,000. Grayscale is likely done with dumping Bitcoin. ETF issuers started a marketing campaign today. How can people be bearish on Bitcoin? I totally agree. From October last year, I switched from bearish to bullish. And if you've been watching me that long, you will know. We had, once we knew we were getting the Bitcoin ETF, and once we got into the last 6 months of the Bitcoin halving countdown, and we saw off that dip to $25,000, for me, that was the end of that period of uncertainty. We've recently had the period of uncertainty where people are saying we're going down to 33,000. And I did map out a scenario where we could go down to between, I think it was 34 and 36,000, but I couldn't see us going any lower. We went down to 38,000. I just can't see it at the minute. I cannot see us going below 40,000, and the bull market support band is coming up. It's all bullish, and I think at this stage of the market, we deserve to have bullish mentality. I mean, we've put up with a brutal bear market, and it's been an absolute killer. So I think we deserve to give ourselves a little bit of a breather and just say to ourselves, we've seen off the worst, now we need to enjoy the next 18 months. So if you are watching this and you are accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum and all those other things, that's the right course of action. Accumulate. Over the next 2 years, we should see a massive increase in the value of most cryptocurrencies. Now, Dan Gambadello put up a really nice post about Cardano, and I'm again bullish on Cardano. I told you about the roadmap. I told you about the connection to Arbitrum. I've gone over that. I'm not doing it again. He put up this post last night. 4 years ago, Cardano didn't have staking, multi-asset ledger, smart contracts. Now it has the most secure, robust, and decentralized liquid staking mechanism. Brand new, expanding DeFi ecosystem, Cardano's top-tier blockchain infrastructure. It does have competition, and that's good, but if it can manage to scale correctly, it will outpace all competition because it does not have a fragile foundation. Now, what I will say about Cardano is the proof of stake system that Cardano has is the envy of most older blockchains. So Ethereum, Vitalik himself has admitted that Cardano's proof of stake system is far superior to Ethereum's, to the point that he is now looking to implement a lot of the features of Cardano, the Cardano staking system, into Ethereum. Now, that isn't a bad thing, that isn't a sign of weakness. If you have built a restaurant and you offer pizza and pasta, and somebody down the road starts to offer, I don't know, gazpacho soup, and you think, what a great idea, I'll start to do that. That doesn't make you a weak entrepreneur, does it? It makes you somebody that looks at trying to find the best possible solution for your environment that you are in. And if Cardano's proof of stake system works, why can't Ethereum copy it? You know, why can't Ethereum take all of the best bits and implement them back into their ecosystem? So very bullish on Cardano, and don't miss the boat on Cardano. I'm not going to say it's going to go to $100. I'm never going to say that, but it is going to hit $3, $5, $7 in the next bull run, and that's a decent return for a top 10 coin. Now, I don't know if I posted this in our Telegram group, but I saw the notification last night before the pump that Tether printed $1 billion of USDT. For those of you that don't know, Tether is a stable coin. If somebody wants to put $1 billion into crypto, they will deposit, not individually, but maybe a collective of people have deposited $1 billion worth of US dollars into the Tether banking system. Tether then prints $1 billion of USDT and then distributes it to the people that have bought it. It's very simple. It's like an on and off ramp for incredibly rich people. And this happened early yesterday afternoon, I think. So Bitcoin's value surged past 43,000 following the creation of the 1 billion USDT today. The minting spree by Tether amounts to 13 billion USDT since October the 20th. So that is $13 billion of new money just on Tether alone. $13 billion of new money just on Tether alone. What that means is, it doesn't mean that there's 13 billion added to the total market cap of crypto. It would be if it stayed in Tether, but this is money being used to buy crypto, to buy Bitcoin, to buy Ethereum, to buy Solana. Now, we want to see this. If the market was pumping and we had no new money coming in through Tether and Circle, then that would be more worrying, because of course that just means it's the same money swirling around the ecosystem. This is new money, and that's the most bullish we can ever be. When we start to see Tether withdrawals, that's normally a very bearish situation that we find ourselves in. But I don't remember too many billion-dollar withdrawals from Tether over the last year or two. So large-scale Tether mintings have been closely linked with significant price increases in Bitcoin. The recent minting raises questions about potential volatility in the near future. The surge in Bitcoin value is not solely attributed to Tether's actions. The broader demand is evident. Of course, we spoke about this yesterday. BlackRock has gone over $2 billion and holds 52,000 Bitcoin already. 52,000 Bitcoin in a period of, what's that, 3 weeks? 2.5 weeks, and we are already at 52,000 Bitcoin. How many Bitcoin are BlackRock going to hold by the end of the year? Of course, we're not going to see the same demand that we've seen over the last 3 weeks moving forward. We are not going to see the billions and billions a week coming in. But even after the cool down, there is no reason that BlackRock won't hold 100, 150, 200,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. So massively bullish news. The milestone reflects growing investor confidence and acceptance of Bitcoin as a viable investment. Go back and look at Bitcoin halving cycles. The day that Bitcoin halves, multiply it by 4, and 18 months later, it's been uncanny that that's the price of Bitcoin. Now, let's put that into context. I have said that before all of the ETF news happened, I said that Bitcoin should get towards $105,000 based on diminishing returns. And that's when the price of Bitcoin was at about $30,000, $25,000. If Bitcoin is at $50,000 to $60,000 by the halving, if we multiply that by 4, then we're looking at a $200,000 to $240,000 Bitcoin this cycle. So there's that. Now, I'm not going to say that that's going to happen, but, oh, indeed, here we go. In fact, Scaramucci said the same thing. Yeah, there we go, 200 to 240,000. Even going to match half of gold's market cap, which would be 400,000. I think that's a stretch too far for this market cycle. If you look at Plan B, I think he predicts 500,000. I mean, these are incredible estimates, and I'm not sure I can buy into those prices just yet. I don't like to err on the side of moon boy maths. I prefer to have realistic targets, and I do think a 6-figure Bitcoin is on the cards, absolutely. But when we get that is a different matter. Now, yesterday, I'm not going to go over the top chat too much because we covered it yesterday, but I just wanted to reiterate one point. This range that we have been in since the 5th of December, I said the range was 41.3 to 44.3. Now, as you can see, we broke down below, but now we're coming up to 44,000. What we need to do, again, look at what happened in the past. Rejected, 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 broke out, fell back down. What's going to happen with Bitcoin, in my opinion, is we are going to see a retest of this, I think, today. And I'm fairly bullish. And had it been 2 weeks ago with the sell-off, I would have predicted this kind of action. But we've sold, and we've sold, and we've sold. And I think Grayscale now has lost, is it 30% or 25% of its total Bitcoin holdings in this period of time? Something like that, might even be more. But I think we're going to break it, and I think we're going to retest, and then I think we're going to move up to this target here, which is about 48,400, 48,200. Now, why do I say that? Because this period here was the bullish pre-ETF period, and I think we're going to re-challenge that at those prices. If we break, I don't know if we've still got the line on here. I don't think we do. I had a line here which was at 52,000. Let's put the line back in. This is what happens. The Oracle destroys all of my beautiful TA. Now, we had a line about here, which is what coincides with these points here. There's no fib level for support on this, but this is my next target, which is 52.4-ish. And then the next level up from that, which is the fib level, is 57.5. So for me, in the near future, I would like us to see us break this 44, get towards 48, and then move up towards 52. That's where I think we should be looking in the near future. Now, there are things outside of Bitcoin that are going to stop this from happening. If there's a black swan, and there are a few potentials on the horizon. We mentioned Evergrande yesterday. We could have, Biden is talking about mobilizing. We've got X, how is that going to impact? So we have a lot of those things on the horizon. And even if we do come down, this white line here is my last line in the sun. That's 38,000. So worst case is 38, but I think today we're going to break 44 or have a run at 44 today. There's no reason why we can't. And more evidence on why I think we're going to have this run comes from the daily hodl. The greatest crypto rally ever is almost amongst us, says the economist Henrik Zieberg. Here's his outlook. So many adverts these days, it takes up the entire screen. The digital asset markets are gearing up for the biggest rally in history, according to the macro analyst Henrik. He tells his 128,000 followers that sentiment within the crypto asset class will soon become extremely bullish and positive. The investor is also bullish on the stock market and expects equities to soar in the near future. He shares a chart suggesting a correlation between the rise in junk bonds or risky high-yielding debt and the S&P index. He also highlights a rising relative strength index on the SPX, suggesting incoming momentum. We don't need to look at any of these charts. He believes that the global economy is nearing the end of a long-term business cycle rather than gearing up to begin a new one, as many investors believe. The developments we've seen for the last couple of months are here. We should see that continue. The business cycle is coming to an end. It was not at an end a year ago, which was very, very clear to me. Right, so the few things that I will throw into the pot on this article is that it's the same things I was talking about in January, beginning of January. We had the ETF coming up, tick, we've done that. We need interest rates to come down. Chairman Powell has received a letter signed by several senators telling him that he's got to cut interest rates. So interest rates come down. What does that do? Interest rates coming down puts more money into people's pockets because their loans cost less, their mortgages cost less. That's number two. Number three, it is an election year in America, and I read somewhere, I think over the next 12 months, there's something like 56 or 64 national elections around the world. So there's going to be a big upheaval. But what the countries want to do before an election is they want to make their population feel good, have more money in the pocket. So that's when the money printing gets turned on. So we're going to have a cut in interest rates. Inflation is under control. Money printing is turned on. The Bitcoin halving happens in April. Everything, and of course, the new president, he elects the new head of the SEC. So Gary Gensler's time is up. I said this on the stream before. Gary Gensler is going to be the head of blockchain markets at BlackRock or Goldman Sachs within the next 18 months. I can absolutely guarantee that. That's his next move. He's done his work. He's done his time in the SEC. He's now going to go and work for one of the bigger boys. BlackRock would be my bet, but maybe it will be Goldman Sachs. There's a lot of government officials that go work for Goldman Sachs, and also the Goldman Sachs head is always the aide to the President of America, which is another little known fact that you might not know about. So there's a lot of things coming up. And why is it the greatest crypto rally ever? Well, in terms of price action, it won't be. It's not going to do a 50x in the price of Bitcoin, but what it will do is it will increase the market cap of crypto by the most we've ever seen. If you imagine, we're at 1.5 trillion. The last bull cycle, I think, was, 3 trillion? We could go to anywhere between 6 and 10 trillion. So in terms of money coming into crypto, we're going to see at least a doubling of the previous cycle. So that's what I think he means by the greatest rally ever. The amount of value being added to crypto is more than has ever happened in the past. And I tend to agree with him. And all the ducks are in a row. I've been talking about these ducks for months, and they are slowly being taken out one by one. The next thing we need to see in February or March, more than likely March, is interest rate cuts. The second the interest rates start to come down, the S&P 500, the FTSE in the UK, the Nikkei, they're just going to rip. The only country that's not going to rip at the minute is China, and China is in absolute dire straits. Okay, moving on. So the spot Ethereum ETF approval unlikely until late 2025 or early 2026, says T.D. Cowen. He anticipates that the SEC will not approve the Ethereum ETF until 2025 or 2026. The bank just said approval could come after the 2024 election. Now, a lot of the price action we have seen on Ethereum in the last month or so has been based on the Ethereum ETF being approved. A lot of people, including Hester Peirce, who is supposed to be the mother of crypto at the SEC, has said that they're not going to make the same mistake again with Ethereum. And that led people to believe that the Ethereum ETF is going to be approved in June, for example. I don't think that's going to happen. It's not the same. It's not the same as Bitcoin. You've got to understand that the ETFs are approved on the merits of that cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was approved because Grayscale won in court. That's why it won. Ethereum is not, in my opinion, anywhere near the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is proof of work, and it's the most decentralized of all cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is proof of stake. Ethereum had more of an ICO than Bitcoin ever did. Bitcoin digs its Bitcoin out of algorithms. Ethereum prints them. Ethereum, it's just comparing apples with pears. So in my opinion, I can't see how it could just be automatically approved. You can't just go in one day and say, right, we want an Ethereum ETF. We now want an XRP ETF. We now want a Solana ETF. It doesn't work that way. I just don't see it. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's approved in June, I will be the first person to be happy. I've held Ethereum since, I don't know when. I was mining it back in 2018, 2019, something like that. So I will be the first person to be dancing around the room drinking champagne out of a bottle. But I just think it's going to be looked at in a different way than we have seen how Bitcoin has been approved. We don't expect the SEC in 2024 to approve a spot Ethereum ETF. This is a political call. We believe there is no upside for the SEC chair to approve the spot ETF, given how upset progressive Democrats were over the agency's approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF earlier this month. Again, what annoys me is the SEC's purpose in life is to protect investors. It is nothing to do with the Democrats or the Republicans. It's nothing to do with them. It shouldn't be a political call. It should be based on the merits of the asset. The same way gold is, or oil, or corn, or sugar, or barley, or pigs, or whatever else they've got over there. Belly pork it is, sorry. It shouldn't be a political call. It's utter nonsense. Politics should be completely separate to the SEC. The SEC, the same way that in the UK, the Bank of England is completely separate from the UK government, because the Bank of England needs to act on an impartial basis. Whether they do or not is a different matter, but they need to act on an impartial basis. Yes, politicians can say, we need to see this, that, and the other. But in America, it shouldn't be the case of, well, it's a political call. It shouldn't be a political call. It's got nothing to do with it. So I agree with them, however. I don't think we're going to see the Ethereum ETF. What I would say, however, is I don't agree with the timescale, because when Gary Gensler is replaced by the incumbent president of America, which is more than likely going to be Donald Trump, he's going to replace Joe Biden. Joe Biden is losing by 9 or 10 points in the polls, which is the most any sitting president has ever been losing by in any previous election. So we're going to see Donald Trump, whether you like him or not. We're then going to see the second in command. Some people have said Vivek. Some people have said Kennedy. Some people are putting forward a couple of other candidates for his vice president. But when he comes in, Gary Gensler will be gone. They will probably get more of a pro-crypto person in place. So that's February 2025. So I would expect the ETF by June next year. That's how I could see it playing out. Moving on, anyway. How far through are we? We're halfway through. We need to catch up a little bit on time. So SUI has been pumping. Why has SUI been pumping? Full disclosure, by the way, I do own Bitcoin, I do own Ethereum, and I do own SUI. I was one of those people that bought it at $1 or 95 cents, whatever it was, and then watched the price go all the way down to 40 cents before recovering. So I was one of those people that bought in, but I bought in on the day of the token launch because I just wanted to hold some of the tokens, and I did do a video about this. So the SUI TVL, that's total value locked, increases meteorically, temporarily topping temporarily top 10, surpassing Bitcoin and Cardano. Now, I'm not going to go through a lot of this article. All I'll do is pick out a few little bits because it's not super important. So, SUI is a layer 1. I'm going to show you the website in a minute. I made a video about SUI. SUI is it's been built by geniuses. It's been built by very clever people, and they are ex-blue chip companies. I don't know if I can mention the names of the companies on here, but they are ex-blue chip employees, and they, as far as I'm aware, have the biggest seed investment of any blockchain that's ever been built. And my video just pointed out one thing, and that was that SUI is going to go nowhere without adoption. And that's the key for all blockchains. I was thinking about this today. In 5 or 10 years' time, these blockchains, they're going to actually have to provide some real world utility. And I know Ethereum and Bitcoin and Cardano and Solana and XRP are doing that. But look at all of these other chains that you're buying tokens in. Are they going to be here in 5 or 6 years' time? Are they going to be here in 2028 for the start of the next bull run? Or are they going to disappear? What's the deciding factor on what's going to be here and what's not? It's adoption. Adoption and regulation are the two things we call for on this channel. Is SUI going to be adopted? Describe SUI to me in one sentence. Describe Bitcoin to me in one sentence. Describe Ethereum. You can do it for the bigger chains, but if you can't do it for a blockchain or a token that you've bought, then if you can't describe it in one sentence, how are other people with lesser knowledge going to understand what that chain does? So SUI for me is a great chain. It's brand new. It's been built and launched last year. I'll bring the website up for you. Now, again, don't think that I'm shilling SUI. This is not sponsored. I don't get paid by anybody to do this. It's my opinion. So SUI, I think it's just sui.io if you want to go and check them out. There's a lot of really good information on here. But again, my one issue is, if this doesn't get adopted, this can be the greatest blockchain mankind has ever made. But if nobody uses it, it's going to die, and it's going to run out of money, and it's going to become a zombie chain, which means it just sits there being used by a few thousand people who are still SUI, don't know what the name of their community is going to be called, SUI chops. Who's going to use it? That's my issue. So SUI is looking like it is getting adopted. There was the South Korean gaming developer which has come on board. They are starting to look at SUI, and we just need to remind ourselves that these magic beans that you own, these magic tokens that you own, they're at some point going to have to provide utility to solve online or offline problems. And I think that is missed by a lot of people. You know, they think, oh, look, this new chain, this is amazing. This is why I have a problem with meme coins as well, because meme coins don't do anything. They're just community driven. And I suppose crypto adoption is their utility. And you know what? I conceded and I lost that battle last year when I was criticizing Bonk, I was criticizing Pepe, I was criticizing all of these meme coins because they didn't do anything. But they do provide crypto adoption, and I'll take my hat off and admit, yeah, fair play, they do. So SUI as a token, what happened to it? Well, I bought about here. So I bought there, and then luckily it did this for an entire 7 months and didn't move. And again, what do I say to people? If you believe in a project, this is your hitbox for buying that token. That token touched 37 cents. Now, on the video that I made about SUI, there was a gentleman, I think I made the video about here, and the gentleman commented and said, I will not buy SUI until it hits 40 cents. And whoever he is, he is a genius. He's an absolute genius. He timed the bottom, so he would have bought here at 40 cents. And now look where we are, $1.61. In fact, since I made this chart yesterday, we have had another rip. What I was going to say on this video is we have been below its moving average. It struggled. It found, see what it did here? It found support. And this is what you need. If you've got a token that does this, and its support band is down here, its moving average is down here, guess what's going to happen to that token? It's going to do that. So this movement here gives people confidence to think, well, you know what, this token's now found its resistance points, and those resistance points were tested not once but twice. We then came up, we struggled, and we found support at this fib level. We came up, guess what we did? We found support at this fib level and broke back down to the next fib level. We came straight back up. We missed this because we didn't need to worry about it. We were here. And guess what? We found this next support level. And I was going to say today, there's two options for SUI. The options are we get rejected here, and then we come back down and we try again, or we break through. Now, what we want to see from SUI is we want to see this. We want to see it test this $1.60, or is it $1.60? $1.55, sorry. We want to see it test $1.55. Now, again, I'm not telling people to go and buy SUI. In my opinion, this could just be FOMO and hype. And if we do come down and we do break down again, back to this level at 94 cents, which is pretty much tied up to here, this is going to be up here as well. And we could come back down to test the bull market support band or moving average and move up again. So I'm not saying buy, I'm not saying short. I'm showing you the price action is reasonable. It's not shot off to the moon like a lot of coins we've looked at. It's done it in a very structured way, and I think that maybe we're going to find some level of support. I mean, if we go back, we've already kind of broken out. Its launch price, forget the wick, its launch price was 140, which coincided with that wick there and this wick here. So that was resistance, that was resistance, that was support. So could we see $2? Could we see this $2.26, $2.28? Absolutely. If the market continues to rip, then you're looking at a 50% upside for SUI. I'm not going to tell you to buy SUI because I don't give financial advice, but also I hold my SUI from 95 cents and I'm probably going to hold on to it. If it gets to $2.50, $3, I'll check the market cap and then I'll decide if I'm going to sell it then. But go and check out SUI. It is a great blockchain, but the adoption, is the price action reflecting the adoption? I don't know. Right, let's move on. We do not have a lot of time, but we do, and we are on to the last article at 11:40. Very reasonable. So this, I'm going to premise the article that I'm about to read. I'm going to premise it with this. And This is important to understand. Most newcomers to crypto get wrecked. They get $10,000, they stick it on a meme coin. That meme coin, they expect it to go to $1 million and it goes to $100. When instead, they should bet $100 on each meme coin. And most will end up at $1, but a few will go to $10,000. I am not saying that you should go and stick your money into Wen or Snek or Bonk or what else is there out there? Pepe. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying here is everybody who comes to crypto through a meme coin, they're told, oh, you need to go and get Bonk. Bonk is going to go to 50 billion. And then you go to it and you go, oh, look, I can buy 100 million Bonk for $1,000, $2,000. I'm going to do that. And that's then your bag. Your bag is $2,000 worth of Bonk. But you don't sell it until it drops 95%. And then you say to yourself, I'm going to cut my losses. Well, you're selling it at 95% off what you paid for it. So you've lost most of your money and it makes no sense. Meme coins or any other coin, let's take AI for example. There are maybe 10 very good AI projects out there, including my two favorites, Fetch and Singularity. Don't think about making a portfolio with one coin, such as Bonk, such as Singularity. Think about making a meme coin bag, or an AI bag, or a GameFi bag, or a D and Vanguard. You can go and buy a fund that has the top 100 stocks in the world in it. You can go and buy a fund that owns all of the mining stock, all the different mining stocks in the world. You don't buy one stock because something really bad could happen to that stock. You know, BP had the disaster where they had the oil spill in America that crushed its price. Rolls-Royce had a problem with selling engines to Russia that detrimented the price. But if you'd have bought oil stock or oil company stock, or if you'd have bought car manufacturing stock, your portfolio wouldn't have been dented as much because you've diversified your risk. So I'm premising showing you when with this comment. And if you want to go and buy meme coins, and that decision is entirely up to you, put 10 meme coins in your head. Set yourself a target of 10 meme coins, or 10 AI tokens, or 10 GameFi tokens, and say, I'm going to diversify around these 10 tokens, or even 5 tokens. Then what I want you to do is go and watch multiple people talk about those markets. So go and watch Altcoin Daily. They do really good, like top 5, top 10, top 3 tokens to buy. Go and watch a wide spread of videos, not just them, not just us, not just Discover Crypto or anybody else like that. Go and watch them and make your own mind up. And, you know, pick the tokens you like. If they describe a token to you, I was saying before about the one sentence, if they describe a token to you in one sentence and you understand it, then that's surely a project that you want to go and do your own research on. If they say this is a ZK roll-up, limited distribution dongle node, and you have no idea what they're saying, then you're investing in a token that you don't understand. So then somebody says to you, oh, what have you got? What do you own? I own a dongle token. Oh, what does it do? I've no idea. You just sound like you don't know what you're doing. And that's another issue, is when you're describing these things to other people, you need to be able to explain them. When is the first launch pool airdrop on the Jupiter platform? It's a meme coin and it's a cat. That's about all I can tell you. Oh, and it's a brand new style of NFT, a brand new style of NFT. So it's a fractionalized NFT. So it's just burned 40% of its tokens. It's not 40% of the tokens. This is 40% of the 70% of the tokens that were airdropped. Let's just clarify that. So we've been left with about 780 billion, is it? Something like that. I don't think it mentions in here. Now, the burn has happened. Does it mention how many of the tokens were burnt? There we go. Again, I am not paid to review when I'm just going through it because it's the headline news of the meme world at the minute. So the circulating supply has been reduced dramatically by about, let's say, 30%. That will then increase over time the value of the token. The manipulation risk is because it's been airdropped amongst everybody. One of the things that Wen and Jupiter are doing, which is nice, is first of all, they're not paying influencers to promote their tokens. So if you get an airdrop from Jupiter or an airdrop from Wen, that comes without any influencer shaping your decision, which I think is a good thing. So as far as I can see, I can't find too many faults with Wen. There we go. There's the little Wen cat. Very nice. So we know about the token burning. The decision to burn 40% is a bold move that demonstrates a commitment to the token's long-term value and stability. This could lead to several benefits, including potential price appreciation and increasing investor confidence. Now, again, I am not here to tell you to go and buy Wen. I am covering it because a lot of people that follow us benefited from this airdrop. A lot of people benefited from this airdrop. That's not the right chart. Let's see if that's not going to be the right chart either, is it? No. Do I have a chart for Wen? I thought I had. Maybe I haven't. Right, let's bring up CoinMarketCap. It'll be on there. It's only really started to trade in the last, I'd say, properly 2 days. So there isn't a lot of price action to see on it, but we'll bring it up anyway. When it decides to load. Any day now, or any minute now, this should load. And then we're going to get on with some quiz action. There we go. Okay. So this spike at the beginning, you have to ignore. That was just the very first second that anything launches, the price of the token is just absolutely all over the place. So if we go to the last day, what you'll find is that from the token burn, you have seen a huge sell-off of this token. They are the people that, airdropped or were airdropped the rumor and sold the news. The market cap is tiny, 80 million, sorry. It's going to take some time for this token to start to appear on exchanges. It's not going to happen today or tomorrow. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, this token should become available on most major exchanges. So you will be able to trade it on the platform that you're watching us on. So if you did receive the airdrop, just wait for the exchange that you're on to add this token, and then you can send it to your exchange and you can trade it there. There is going to be a lot of signposted bullish news coming out about Wen. I believe they're going to offer staking. I believe there's going to be a DAO. I believe there's a lot of things going to be added. Potentially, they're going to have a burn mechanism put in place. So it's early. And like I said, the market cap is very low. It's actually 150 million for me. That's the ceiling for most meme coins. We saw it with Myro. Myro couldn't get through 150 million. When this bull run kicks in, hopefully in the next couple of months, we should see 50,000, 52,000. That's going to drag an awful lot of coins up a lot of the layer 1s, the layer 2s, a lot of the meme tokens are going to pump, and they're going to pump not quite sequentially, but they're going to pump in clusters. And I think I said a few weeks ago on the channel, BNB and Matic were the only two top 15, 20 tokens that didn't have a pump. And then miraculously, both of them pumped at the same time. Don't know whether that was a coincidence, I don't know. But they needed a pump at that time to bring them back into line with the rest of the market. I personally think that traders jump from one coin to another looking for the next faster train. So whether it's Myro or SNEC or Bonk or When or whatever it might be, this coin could sit at this price for the next 2 months and not move. And then it could 5x in 2 days. So if you did get the airdrop of When, I'm personally not going to sell it until it's at least 5 times higher than where it is now, maybe 6 times higher than where it is now. That would give it a market cap of about 400 million, and I think that's a good price to get out of this token at. The Jupiter airdrop is tomorrow. The Jupiter airdrop is tomorrow. And again, I'm not going to talk about these tokens, the Jupiter token, too much because it's not listed on exchanges that you're watching on, so I'm not going to do that. But just to let you know that when it does, the chances are it's going to do a Uniswap, it's going to surge, and expect that token to be on the exchange you're watching us on within the next 2 months, in my opinion, because it's going to be worth, the project that is, a market cap anywhere in the region of $1 billion, maybe more, but let's say $1 billion. That gives the token a value of about 60 cents. Some people are calling for $1, some people are calling for $3. Let's just say it gets to $1 billion in market cap and see where it goes to from there. So that is the end of the news. So what we're going to do is bring up the Bitcoin chart and we're going to start the quiz. It's also very quiet today. Very, very quiet. There's really not many comments in chat today. User D3, I like you. Thank you very much, sir or madam. I appreciate that. So CRRQ, the token name is When, W-E-N. That's the token name. What coin is best for investment? Well, of course, I cannot give you financial advice. But if you click, or if you go below the stream, you'll see lots of links. And one of those links will take you to videos that we've made about tokens which you can buy. One other thing, so MK Storm, you weren't eligible for When. So what you have to do on the ecosystem is you need to carry out a transaction. Now, it's not the end of the world with these airdrops. Jupiary, I think it's called, is going to be each January. So for the rest of the year, we're going to see the airdrop tomorrow, and then that's the end of it. Next January, there is going to be another airdrop. Remember, they're only launching with 1.7 billion of their tokens. I think they've got 10 billion. So next January will be an airdrop. The January after will be an airdrop, and the January after will be an airdrop. So if you've missed out on this airdrop, you know, you didn't manage to get in time, whatever. Next January there will be an airdrop. So that is the same for their launch pool and things like that. So if you missed out, don't worry. There's always more airdrops. There's always going to be another airdrop. As you can see, you can't see. Let me move this across. We've just passed 43.5. Look at that. Let's move that over there. Now we're going to get on with the quiz. I'm going to try and get this wrapped up for about 10 past 12 because I have one mother of all headaches. And to be honest, I don't know what's happened to traffic. Well, not traffic. Views today. It's really, really down compared to where we normally are. Maybe people are just so excited about the Bitcoin pump. They've all got hangovers and forgot to watch the stream. That's a possibility. Right, let me get on with the quiz. So for those of you that are new here, we do a quiz every day. We stream 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday at 11 o'clock Central European time every week. We streamed Christmas Day. We streamed New Year's Day. We streamed Christmas Eve. We streamed New Year's Eve. We stream as a public service. We don't make money out of this. When you get the quiz and when you get the crypto for answering the quiz questions, just bear in mind, we are not paid to do this. We are not paid to give you this crypto. That's still not on the screen, is it? Hang on. A bit more. There we go. Okay, so let me begin. Now remember, you need to type the number I have given you as an option. So if I type something with a capital letter, you need to put a capital letter on it. If I type something like I have done here, 21M or 69M, you need to type that exactly as I have typed it, or you won't win. There's always somebody every day who says, I didn't win. And then you go back and you find out they didn't put the M on, or they didn't type it in lowercase, or, you know, whatever it might be. So the first question is, what's the maximum supply of Bitcoin? So the maximum supply of Bitcoin, is it 21 million or 69 million? Just type 21M or 69M and that's it. Pretty simple. Oh, my head. I've had a headache for 3 days. Not that that matters, but I'm just putting that out there. And the poll, by the way, we've had a poll running today. Are we going to see $44,000 today? We ran that poll, and so far 100% of people have said yes. So the majority of people out there are incredibly bullish today on Bitcoin, which is good to see. So the Bitcoin maximum supply, is it 21 million or 69 million? You need to type 21M or 69M. And for those people typing 21 and 69, listen to me. You have to type it as I have put it in the question. If you don't win. Okay, who got that one right? Oleg, congratulations. War Master C, good morning to you. Tulis, congratulations. Tulis is now carrying around massive sacks of crypto because I think they've won two. I think they've been winners on the last 2 giveaways, which is pretty good. Now, I think we're going to do a giveaway. Maybe not this Wednesday, maybe the Wednesday after we're going to do a giveaway. So keep your eyes out for that stream. Mohammed, congratulations. Dimitri, Eagle Wings, Kamal, Brang, Solo Sky, well done. Danny, congratulations. And Mags, you are all winners. Let me ask the next question. I think I just need to sleep off this sore head. Okay, what is the next question going to be? Okay. Okay, remember, I'm not trying to catch you out. These are just these are like elementary school level questions in crypto. These aren't difficult questions, in my opinion. So Solana, which is the, what is it, 5th or 6th biggest cryptocurrency in the world. Solana is proof of work. Is that true or false? Is Solana proof of work? Just type true or false. An incredible number of people getting this wrong. So remember, proof of work is where people have big computers called miners around the world that solve algorithmic equations, and if they are the one to solve it and picked, they get the block reward. Proof of stake is where there are validators around the world you can stake your crypto with, and that helps to validate the blockchain. So is Solana proof of stake, or is Solana proof of work? Talking of proof of stake and proof of work, I did see a new layer 2 on Bitcoin, promising Bitcoin staking. I have no idea how it works. I'm sure it's going to be a scam, so keep your eye out for that. Not many people got that right. Warmaster C, MK Storm did, Dimitri did. Not many. Kishan, congratulations. Solana is proof of stake. Always has been, always will be. They're the three biggest proof of work cryptocurrencies in the world: Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin. That's it. There's others, of course, like Kaz. Kaz is an exceptionally profitable proof of work token as well. So congratulations to you all. Yeah, Harsh, it's the amount that you win is based on a random number generator, not by me. So what that means is that some people can win 50 SHIB, other people can win 0.1 SHIB. Now, Tariq hasn't been in chat for a while. Tariq is the one that normally never wins anything. Sometimes they win 0.1, 0.01. Yeah, I know, Harsh, but it's not me that's doing that. It's not me that's doing that. I put an amount in, I pick a number of winners, I press a button, I don't do anything else. So if you only win that amount, the RNG monkey got you, not me. So it's not my call how much you win. The same way that some people can win 50 and the person next to them can win 0.1. I know it doesn't work properly, but again, it's outside of my control. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me whatsoever. I put the amount of SHIB, the amount of gifts, the question, the answer, and 60 seconds and press go. That is all I do. Next question. And in the next set of answers, I'm actually going to give you some examples of what people win. Next question then. Doge is a meme coin. Is that true or false? Is Doge a meme coin? We could break 44,000 by 3:30 at this rate, because we don't really have any previous spot. I'm not going to bring up the what do you call it, the value areas or anything like that. So is Dogecoin a meme coin? Is it true or false? What do you think? Plenty of you getting this one right. It's good to see. Remember as well, still got 30 seconds to go on the question. If you're new here, smash the like button. We're only on 12,000 likes. Yesterday we did 30,000 likes. Don't know what's going on there. Also, make sure to press follow. We just hit 90,000 followers yesterday. I think we're at 90,500, 90,600 today. So if we could hit 100,000 followers by February, that would be absolutely incredible. We were at 250 followers in May last year. So that absolutely is mind-boggling. 47 people got the question right. It is, of course, a meme coin. It is true. So just to remind you, so Yersin won 34. Dimalana 1.1. 60 DD, user DD 1.46. But noted 129. Warmaster C won 9. Kishan got 39. You see the difference here? BD7 got 41. And Solo Sky got 11. So it's random. It's nothing to do with me. I'm still talking about 100,000 followers. I didn't pick any of that. Could you imagine if I had to dish out the prizes? I wouldn't even be able to do 2 questions a stream. Next question. and this will be the last one because I need to really, I'm supposed to be making a video today. I think I'm going to try and make it now. Next question. Okay, last question of the day then. Pepe. Pepe is a utility token. Is that true or false? Pepe is a utility token. Is that true or false? Last question of the day. 12:05. I am absolutely dead to the world. Remember, if you go underneath the stream, you will find ways to contact us. If you are on the Blue and White platform, for example, you can comment on one of my posts. There are posts that we've put up with price predictions. If you've got any questions for me, click on there and I will strive to answer any questions that you have. If you are on the other platform, all of my details are underneath, so make sure to go and check them out. I am more than happy to do portfolio reviews. If you've got a portfolio, you're a bit stuck, you want some suggestions, non-financial advice, of course. If you've got any questions that you want us to answer for you, by all means, get in touch. We don't need to know how much you have in your crypto portfolio because that is none of our business. But we are more than happy to look at your portfolio as a percentage wise. So 20% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, whatever it might be. We're more than happy to look at your portfolio. So just bear that in mind, that we will do that for you free of charge. We did it on Saturday. We looked at somebody's portfolio and we're happy to do it again for you guys. So congratulations to the winners of the last question of the day. I would carry on, but my head is pounding. So congratulations to you all. These whale alerts I'm getting through are for really big numbers, by the way. $200 million has just been transferred out of a certain exchange. Wow. Sorry, no, 200 million, not 200 billion. $200 million has been transferred out of an exchange. Incredible. Right, okay, I am going to drop a follow box. We're at 43.5. 43.5, which is pretty reasonable, really. Where were we? Where was our low point? 38.6. 38.6 a week ago. So we've gone up nearly $5,000 in a week. I mean, that's incredible. Incredible. Right, so I'm going to drop this box. Thank you. A comment to win box. Thank you, everybody, for taking part. Rumors, no more questions. I've got too much of a sore head. I am gonna go and record a video now. Check out Tariq. You are just arriving as I am going. Just arriving as I am going. I was gonna say I'm gonna try and make a video today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks everybody for coming in and saying hello. I don't know what's happened with the viewers today or anything like that. I think it's just a bad day across the board. But anyway, thank you for those of you that are here. Greatly appreciated. If you want to get hold of me, check the details below. I'm going to leave a comment to inbox. And I will see you all tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, which is Wednesday. Tomorrow night, we have Simple Signals with Brogan. That went on last night. He'll do that tomorrow night and Friday night. And then tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, 11 o'clock, I will be doing this stream. But thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for making it, Tariq, at the very end. I actually mentioned you about 5 minutes ago and said Tariq is normally the person that gets bitten by the RNG monkey, but you weren't here. So you missed that, but I did give you a shout out. I hope you are well. Habd, you are most welcome. See you soon. Take care, everybody. I am going to put the... Who is... Hello, I'm here. Sonia. Hello, Sonia. I've got to go now. Take care, everybody. See you all in the morning.